George Santos spent a good part of his first day on Capitol Hill avoiding reporters.
Mr. Santos, do you have a message for your constituents? Do you feel like you're qualified to serve in this Congress right now?
And ignoring questions about the glaring inconsistencies in his work, education, and family history.
Why are you turning away, Representative-elect Santos?
Inside the House chamber, Santos spent much of the day sitting by himself, staring at his phone.
Kevin McCarthy isn't the only Republican lawmaker who had a no good, very bad day. On the first day Congress was back in session, the new Congress with newly elected lawmakers, George Santos happens to be one of those newly elected Republican lawmakers who's been embroiled in controversy after it became clear that he is just a pathological liar about anything and everything. I mean, we've been talking about this, you guys probably already know. But he spent most of his first day on the job all by his lonesome because no one wanted to sit with him. And so he was, there he is on the House floor looking at his phone, okay? As the Washington Post put it, by noon, he was seated alone on an aisle in the last row of the House chamber. Around him, members-elect hugged, kissed, laughed, and took selfies. The vibe was that of a joyful family reunion. Even Representative Paul Gosar chatted one point with Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, despite having tweeted an animated video in 2021 that depicted him killing her.
I remember.
Yeah, we all remember. Yeah. I mean, but like, this guy, Santos, is just, no one wants to be around him. The only people that were around him were like literally the children of Congress members who were there.
Children are big liars. You know, they recognize each other. Yeah, look, at this point, when I see that video of Santos, it's like if you've ever had a friend that you've like caught in a big lie. I don't trust anything about him. When he yawned there, is he really tired? I don't know, maybe he's faking. They said he was looking at his phone. Zoom in and enhance. Was that actually a phone? I wouldn't put anything past him at this point. I love that the experience is being ruined for him. I love, by the way, that this hasn't gotten lost in the shuffle of Kevin McCarthy's public humiliation and how bad Donald Trump is looking.
Agreed.
We should be able to shame multiple people at the same time.
Oh, I love it. I'm here for it. Yes.
The one request I have, especially for the media and his colleagues, but especially for the media, is the questions that we just saw you asking him. Can you actually represent him? Blah, 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 whatever questions. Please just ask them tomorrow and next week and in a month and in a year. I know that will get boring at some point and it'll be repetitive. Don't let this eventually just fall away, where if he just sticks it out, then I guess we're good. And eventually he just runs for re-election again, and then he's totally reputable. Because that's generally how this arc goes. Maybe he'll be embarrassed for a month or whatever, but not for 6 months, definitely. He should never be able to outrun this stuff until he finally has to make a public accounting and then resign, because even that won't be good enough. But this is not acceptable.
No, of course it's not. I mean, he's a total fraud. He's facing serious criminal charges in Brazil, which I'll get to in just a moment. You do not want to miss the details on that. But a few more lines from the Washington Post report on his first day in Congress. For long stretches of time, no one sat directly next to him. His nearest seatmates were the squirming children of members-elect.
Squirm.
Poor children, like, you know, anyway.
The squirming worm spawn.
Santos alternated between staring at his phone and glancing quickly around the chamber, his proverbial school cafeteria. He yawned a lot. He scratched his chin, his cheek, his lips. He fidgeted. He wiped his left index finger around the rim of his right nostril. Like just brutal description of his first day. Now, in keeping with his reputation, Santos's first act in his new role was to tell a lie. Okay, so he lied and said that he had been sworn in as member of the House of Representatives. He was not sworn in because he can't be sworn in until the House of Representatives elects a Speaker of the House. That's the whole Kevin McCarthy debacle.
Yeah.
No one's been elected yet, right?
Yeah.
But that might have just been like a automated thing.
He wasn't the only one.
Right, because there were other members of Congress who had sent out some sort of message that was similar. It must have been automated. So we'll give him a pass on that. But there are other things worth talking about. What's more egregious is his plan to profit off his swearing in, because Generally, when new members are about to get sworn in, they have like friends and family attend. It's like a big moment. It's loving. It's great, right? They want to celebrate it. But in this case, he sent out a flyer looking for paying customers. He's like, yo, you can show up and watch me get sworn in if you're willing to pay between $100 to $500. Like,
oh my God. Not only is that weird to begin with, but that's not enough money to ask for.
No, it's also illegal.
Well, whatever, but that's sad. Like, you can come if you give me $100.
This is the rhythm of the night, the night. Oh yeah.
Is it really the rhythm of the night? You're saying that, but is it?
It's so good.
$100. Oh, that's so sad.
Good. An invitation from the embattled Congressman-elect asked attendees for $100 or even $500 for VIP treatment. For that level, the invite says it would provide a bus trip to DC and a luncheon along with a swearing in and a tour of the Capitol grounds.
Oh God, after the bus ticket and the lunch, what is he clearing? $350 maximum? That is really sad for a guy that worked at multiple Wall Street firms.
Allegedly.
Allegedly he didn't. That is just, he's got to step down. Just like, if we can't force the Republicans to push him out, we have to shame him out. We have to make him so embarrassed that he can't bear to do this anymore. Can we make that happen?
I mean, I don't know if he's capable of feeling shame or embarrassment, because at this point, if I were him, I would have disappeared already.
He does have dead eyes.
I'd be anywhere but the United States, and I'd be gone probably forever. So embarrassed. But
lie about the death of your mother, you sick weirdo.
But the embarrassment continues.
Okay.
So I mentioned that charging people to come see you get sworn in is potentially illegal. Columbia law professor Richard Briffault says that offering access to federal proceedings or buildings in exchange for campaign cash is likely against the law. On top of which, in November, a congressional memo tried to make it crystal clear: swearing in events held in House rooms or district offices may not be campaign or political in nature. It added that no campaign activity, including soliciting for campaign donations, may occur during these events or on House grounds. Will he suffer any consequences? I don't know, but it's hilarious that he tried to do this. The abuse of power and his lies also continue, not just here in the United States, but also in Brazil. So let's take a little international trip to Brazil. They announced that they are reinstating fraud charges against Santos. Brazil has announced that they are reinstating them because, well, first let me just note, he was summoned multiple times, okay, several times, 2008, 2009, and 2010. They wanted to speak with him because Santos's mom told the police in 2010 that the checks that were stolen, he had stolen some checks. The checks that were stolen were from a checkbook she had in her purse belonging to a man who had died a year prior, and that her son had used 4 of those checks. He forged the guy's signature in order to use the checks to make purchases. The guy is a criminal, man. What?
That is madness. I don't know. I mean, it's so specific. Like, Trump had fake charities and a fake university. Like, there's a lot of this going around. His is so petty and personal that it seems worse. Like, obviously, like a lie about going to war is way worse, obviously. But that's like what politicians do. They do big consequential lies. Lying about such highly specific personal stuff, like lying about where you went to high school, seems crazier to me than lying about the reason that a country should go to war. I don't know why, but it does.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it's bad enough if you're lying about where you went to school. You know, it's also embarrassing. But this guy lies about everything.
Literally everything.
He and stealing money from someone your mom's is serving as a nurse for.
Yeah, that's sick.
Speaking with police for the first time that month, remember this is back in 2010, Santos confessed he stole the checkbook from his mom's purse and that he used some sheets to make purchases. Santos confessed to forging the man's signature on 2 checks to purchase clothes and shoes costing approximately $1,313.63, let's be accurate here, on the date of the forgery, and confirmed it was his signature on the forged checks. But then for the next decade, they couldn't find him. So he confesses and then he books it. And Brazilian authorities have been pursuing him ever since. So that's why they reinstated the charges against him. They contacted the United States government, the Justice Department specifically, to notify them of Santos's charges. Man.
If I were him, my defense against the accusations that I've confessed to this would be that the confession should be inadmissible in court because he's a known liar. Who can trust his confession, honestly, at this point? No, it's just so ridiculous. The last thing I want to say about this is—
he's a bad dude. He runs around with a bunch of bad boys.
He does. So this guy ran for office and got elected. And that makes me realize I know basically nothing at this point about the actual on the ground process of running for office, because how did he do it? He was nobody.
He did it because the media was asleep at the wheel.
No, but I get the media, but like, you have to have employees, volunteers. You have to set up stuff, get paperwork. How did he get any of that stuff done?
He probably lied to them, told them what they wanted to hear in order to get their support.
There's got to be a TV show about this sometime.
Oh, there has to be movies about this. I'd watch. I'd watch every single one of them.
This is better than The Dropout.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Amanda Seyfried should play him.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.